Hi, Twin Flames. What's in store for you for tonight's pink moon, full moon in Libra for April 2025? I'm Lisi. I'm a Master Certified Ascension Coach, and I have been working with Twin Flames for over 6 years and giving Oracle card and tarot readings for the same amount of time. I'm going to be using this deck, the Moonology Oracle cards, as you have seen. But before I begin, I want to let everybody know that for the month of April, I'm having my spring sale, 50% off all Twin Flame readings. So you can visit my website, twinflamesheartsdesire.com. And at checkout, you just put in the code April 2025. So I wanted to let you guys know that ahead of time. All right, while I was shuffling. So the pink moon is called the pink moon because of the pink phlox flower, Phlox flower, that is present this time of year in some places of the world. Let's check the bottom energy, top, cut, and do the middle. And it's significant for you right now in Libra because it's going to bring about balance and beauty. Libra, the pink moon being in Libra is all about balance and beauty. The thing about this pink moon, though, is that it's a micro moon, meaning it is the furthest away from the Earth at this time. So it's going to appear a little bit smaller in the sky, but it creates a very powerful effect. So the moon does act upon Earth with its gravity. It creates the tides, right? And so when it pulls away, it's like the tides are different. It has like a micro effect on the Earth. It's not like a huge, your hair is not going to like stand on end or whatever, but it does have an effect. So it's a very powerful time, even though it's a little farther away than with a supermoon being it's like the closest. Let's see what's going on. That was the underneath. I believe that was on top, and this was after I cut the deck. So I don't read oracle cards upside down. And let's look at what's coming up for you, Twin Flames. What might you need to balance, okay? What might you need to let go of, and what might you need to focus on? Step out of your comfort zone is the first card. Surrender to the divine is the second. And the energy is gaining momentum is the third. So how this pertains to you on your Twin Flame journey is you've been doing something that hasn't been working. All of you who are watching this, something has not been working for you. Maybe it's a relationship that you've been entertaining, or like with a family member, or even like a karmic person, or maybe your twin flame is entertaining this relationship because it's comfortable, right? It's like, oh, I've just always known this, or this is how it's always been. Or maybe it's like a relationship with an aspect in your life, like oh, well, like I've just always eaten this food. I had this issue where I discovered I was lactose intolerant. I was like, well, I would just always put cream in my coffee, and then I would feel bad later. So you have to look at, like, is it actually comfortable though? Like, is it really just because it's familiar? Step out of your comfort zone, because you can't get something new until you let go of the old. And that goes for your twin flame. Because your twin flame is your ultimate lover, but first and foremost, they're your teacher, then your best friend, then your perfect partner, and lastly, your ultimate lover. If you have anyone or anything else in those positions, your twin flame cannot come in. They can't be next to you if you're putting all of your energy into these other relationships, like putting someone else in the front seat of your car, right? And if they're doing that, then there's some place inside of you that's doing that. And that gets a little bit deeper. I'm going to talk about it very briefly before we move to the next card. But your twin flame mirrors not what you're doing in the external, because some people get really tripped up about that. They're not mirroring what's going on, what you're doing in the external. They're mirroring how you're treating yourself on a subconscious level. All of those words are important. You, yourself, subconscious. It's not what you're doing in the external. That's how the mirror works, is how you treat yourself. So if your twin flame is in some sort of like comfortable, I'm putting that in quotation marks, situation then they're mirroring where you're comfortable with something that's not actually working for you anymore. You're comfortable with walking in front of the mirror and telling yourself that you don't look good. For example, right? These little like micro things that you're doing to yourself that you're like, oh yeah, well that's just how it is. That's how I've always like not liked how I look, right? You're comfortable with that. Stop being comfortable with that. Step out of that. Next, surrender to the divine. This is a full moon, and it's great that we pulled this card on the pink moon night because you are divine. Spoiler alert, you're not a puny form because you've got the whole universe folded within you. You are a drop of the ocean of the divine. You're not separate from it. You're an individual. When you recognize your divinity and surrender to it, you're not going to erase yourself. Everything that is you, who you are, your personality, everything that's who you really are will stay. But those false and limiting beliefs about yourself, those false posturings, like if you're pretending or people pleasing, for example, when you let those things go and just be your bold, beautiful self, then your twin flame can see you because they are you. They're one with you. They're not going to recognize you when you're not being yourself. And surrendering to your divine self, who you really are, is how you move forward. Another thing this card means is like some of you who are watching this are like afraid of something. You're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get that job. I don't know if my twin flame is going to come back. Maybe other people are going to get their true love, but not me. Maybe you're not trusting the divine in your life because like where you are a drop of the ocean, there's also the ocean all around you. God, as I call the creator, some of you might say universe or what you'd like to call spirit, God is in everything and will communicate through symbols, synchronicities, angel numbers to let you know that you are guided and supported on your twin flame journey. Like you're not alone. And it's safe to trust God. If you have a voice inside of your head saying, oh, that's not for me, or I'm not worthy enough, or I'm not lovable, that's not God. That's not the divine. That is ego. And that's something that you can go into your heart and talk to with a spiritual practice that I practice. It's called the mirror exercise. You can talk to that part of you and bring it back home to harmony, to love. And that, my friends, is how you magnetize your twin flame union. Last card I want to talk to you about. This is the energy is gaining momentum. Yay! And look at those two birds. There's like a bird flying away. That's maybe like a karmic goodbye. This is you and your twin flame. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So when you surrender to the divine, when you let go of these like comfortable thoughts, beliefs, patterns that you've always been doing, and you're like, okay, I want to try something new. You're going to start to move forward. I'm going to pull more cards for you, okay? So we've got hold your vision, the fixed moon. So like this is about moving forward in what is for you, right? That you are going to be tempted by these limiting thoughts and beliefs. Oh, my twin flame would never love me. Oh, that's a fairy tale. They're going to try to creep back in. You got to stay strong and have boundaries. Like the Libra that this full moon is in is all about boundaries too. It's about balance and boundaries and beauty. The 3 B's. Let's do another card. Time to release negativity. Exactly what I'm talking about. Choose love, my friends, my beautiful friends. Choose love. You do have a choice. You can choose fear. You can. You're a divine being. You've got the power of choice. Or you can choose love. Which one you want to choose? And some of you might be like, oh, that's too simplistic. It's more complicated than that. Well, I mean, maybe your situation in the external is complicated, but if you go to the root, it's like one thing. Are you willing to have faith and choose love or not? And that's something, for me, I struggled with that. Like I had these situations come up again and again and again that like kind of engendered fear, like that triggered me, like to go back into that old comfortable pattern of thinking, oh no, this could never work out, doom and gloom. And I really had to like address myself there. And I did that through like concentrated and dedicated and persistent practice, a spiritual practice of the mirror exercise. And it's a 4-step exercise. You don't need a mirror for it. And this exercise is what I walk my clients through when I'm coaching them. It's very easy and it chips away at these limiting thoughts and beliefs. You can't affirmation yourself out of them. You can't be like, "Oh, I'm lovable," and then that's it. No. I mean, yeah, that's true, but you have to like go to these places and the roots are like in there and you chip away at them, but eventually you do make it out. And so have no fear. Release that, but it might have to be released in layers, but you can release everything right now in this moment that you're aware of. That's something that like some people get stuck on. They're like, oh, it takes me a long time. I see that part where I'm holding on and I'm just going to like go one step at a time. I'm like, well, what you're aware of today, what you can see today, you can let go of all of that today. And then spirit will bring you the next layer later. And you don't have control over that. But today, you can let go of all of your negativity. It's actually easier than you think. Let's do one last card for you guys. The end of a rough cycle approaches. Yay, full moon in Capricorn. Ah, so nice. I'm really, really excited for you. So I hope this reading helped you, gave you some confirmations about where you need to go. If you would like support, because this is a journey of repetition, you have to repeat to yourself again and again, and you can have support with that. I'm on your team. So go into the description box under this video, register for my free Twin Flames 101 workshop. It's going to be April 26th. I want to see you there, and I want to help you, give you all your next steps with your twin flame, and share a little bit more clarity about the twin flame journey so you're not feeling like lost, right? And then don't forget about my sale on all of my readings, also my meditations and my courses. It applies to that too. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Happy pink moon, twin flames.